So today's talk is on how to write a technical paper. So this is very important topic, as now everyone, from the student, from the faculty, even for the promotion, uh, from the associate professor to professor also, they need paper. So technical paper is very important. So in my talk, I am going to cover how to write technical paper. That is very important. And not only that, I will talk about how to identify the journal also. Because sometimes what happen, your your very good quality of work you are sending to the you know blacklisted journal. So how to find out what type of journal you should select, or what type of conference you should select. So people are not having awareness about the selection of the conference or selection of the journal. This is also play a great role in publishing the good paper. And for the student point of view, I will tell you, if you are having the good technical paper, what are the advantages? There are lot of advantages. If you will start thinking uh, for the placement and up to higher study, for ms in abroad or very good rank university. I will my talk, usually I am giving talk not very formal. I want to be just interactive talk, and I will take my own example so that it will very much clear. Right. So before starting into the technicality of the writing the paper, I will tell you one small example. What happened in my college? Campus selection company came. Anyway, campus selection company will come, and almost all the student will get placed. That is not uh, a very big achievement, you may say that. But what happened, my two student, I still remember, his name was Yashwan. So they went up to the uh, final round. For all the technical round, aptitude round, they clear. At the final, in interview, they asked that, okay, apart from your curriculum, what extra you have done? So one boy told, I have published paper in quantum dot. Okay, very interesting. You have published paper? Yes. Okay. So what is that quantum dot? Okay, what work you have done? Just you explain. So he talk about, for coming future, there will be a quantum computer. Like now, what laptop I am having or you are having, it's all CMOS based IC are there. So back in the motherboard, we have IC. Everybody we know IC. So it is all CMOS based, but in future it will be quantum dot based IC. So it will be a so future generation people will see that the how fast is our computer. So he explained all those things. Okay, then what you have done? Then he told, I also put my effort in order to make one IC. So in order to make one IC means design parameter, VLSI. So he has shown that by seeing that that person in Intel company, that person took him for R&D, whereas other all student got selected in Intel, but they were placed in developer, like as a developer. But this person actually, so you see, now he is so happy because of his publication. So he got into R&D, which is very important. Okay, being Indian student, so he is in R&D, because in Intel inside they told that maximum they are taking the people who are in abroad for R&D. But this person, they are, so I think lot of good things are there if you will publish a paper. So it is very important topic, today's what you have selected. Okay, fine. Now, when you are in research or you want to write a paper, I will tell you there is Scopus Index Journal, or some of the IEEE conference are also Scopus. So what is this Scopus? Scopus is a biggest database, like a Google Scholar is a database. So Scopus is also a database. So what you have to do, you have to open your profile in Scopus. Anyone can open, but If you do not have any paper, it will not show. For example, you see, this is my name, Preeta Sharan. So Sharan, comma Preeta, it came. You have to fill the uh, questionnaire they will ask, and based on that, so you see here till now in my Scopus 84 papers are there, 84 document are there. Okay, and 300, this is old citation, I have not this old this one, now it is 450. So citation is there. Okay, then H index is there. Then in my talk I will cover the meaning of citation, meaning of H index, and what is this metric. This metric means 84 Scopus. So if I publish paper in IJCR journal, many journals will give advertisement, but it is not based on Scopus journal. Then they will write it is they will write impact factor is 5, 4, but all are wrong. What you have to do, you have to go to the Scopus website, and there they will give the number, that ISSN number you have to put it there, and you see whether it is coming in the Scopus list or not. If it is not coming, don't publish in that type of journal. Okay, so this is the largest database, and every college, every university all over world, it is accepted. Oh, you have paper in Scopus index journal, okay, very good, count it. Even for NBA and NAC criteria, they're asking how many paper you have in Scopus index journal, not any other junk journal. Okay, this was Scopus. Now, this is the Google Scholar profile. So, like, if you want to know Preeta Sharan, what you will do? First, you will type in Google. Okay, you will see Preeta Sharan, what and all credibility is there, what and all achievement. Whatever now we are working, it will be captured by the Google. Now Google Scholar is another area, another thing, where whatever paper we are publishing, it will go there. If I will do date, I have taken the image, actually it's not actual Google Scholar. So if you will type Dr. Preeta Sharan, okay, just you type Dr. Preeta Sharan, and you will see that till now, and date modified, you click here. Here, next one, date modified. So till now, whatever paper I have published, year wise it will show. So it is very easy. No need to maintain separate database, or nobody will ask me, ma'am, show me your publication. Like my area of research is photonic chip design and quantum dot. Fine. So it can be shown. In the same way, you can also create your Google Scholar. Okay, so you have to maintain your profile, but for that you need to have few papers at least, which should be in the IEEE conference. What type of paper will be taken by the Google Scholar? All paper they will not take, only those paper it will take. Please understand this. Google Scholar will take only those paper. Suppose if you are going to publish one paper in suppose nanophotonics journal, so you type nanophotonics, which is very high end journal, SCI, Science Citation Index. It is above the Scopus Index journal. So if you will type nanophotonics journal, then about the journal, indexing one, home, about the journal, or indexing will that click. So in, if you will click there, so it will show that where and all this nanophotonics is indexed. You have to see where and all it is indexed. So you will see that it is also indexed in Google Scholar. So only those type of journal paper will come to the Google Scholar. Okay, now, so I told about the Scopus, what is Google Scholar. Now, how to write a technical paper. So overview, one overview I am talking. So how to write? First, you have to take the title, concise title. So what will be the title? Title of the paper. So one example, suppose somebody, maximum students are from which background? CS or EC? Yes?
Ma'am, we are from different branches, CS, mechanical,
Okay.
EC,
Okay, fine,
mix of
fine.
them all.
Fine, fine. Very good. So, okay, fine. Suppose somebody under me, mechanical people are also working. So, suppose somebody want to do the modeling, okay, by using ANSYS tool, because you told mechanical. So, I am giving that example. So, we are making one hand grip. instrument we are making, hand grip. So how much is the muscle strength, that work we are doing, and VGST has given 25 lakh for that. So some of the BTech student are involved there. So suppose we are, our student want to see that somebody's hand is broken, so rod is fitted here in this part, so how much is the muscle strength, so they will go to doctor physiotherapy, fine. And they will doctor will suggest that okay, you do the exercise, they will try to move the hand, and finally he will get. So now there is a requirement for the instrument. By sitting at home, you can do the physiotherapy, you know, and you can measure how much muscle strength came. So you are interested to write a paper. Okay, so this is for this example I have taken. Now I will talk about this example because currently we are working on this. So people should decide that which topic you are working. So I told I am working for muscle strength measurement using optical sensor. Okay, so we are interested to know that how much I have done already exercise physiotherapy. Now, how much is the muscle strength? So we are developing one device. Actually, we are developing. So on that, we will apply the pressure, and we will say, okay, 1 kgf, 2 kgf, 5 kgf. So slowly we are in our hand, we are getting the strength. So our title should reflect what is there in our mind, what paper we are going to write. Title, by reading the title, people will understand, oh, what is the content in the paper. So you are interested to write about muscle strength measurement using optical sensor, very clear. But if you will write pressure measurement means any type of pressure is there. But you are working, like for example, I told I am working on the muscle strength measurement. Okay, for the physiotherapy doctor, we are developing a device. So titles should be very concise. Okay, so whichever domain you are working, if you are working in artificial intelligence for skin cancer detection, so very clear you say that title should be for AI based skin cancer detection. Okay, so it should be very concise, standard outlines. Okay, and coherent writing style. Coherent writing style means if you are working on, for example, I told artificial intelligence, if you are working, okay, for a melanoma means skin cancer, so your writing style should be very coherent. It means that by thinking that in your mind, you will start introduction, then abstract will be there, abstract leave it, first I'm telling introduction, and then uh, theory, then description, then flow diagram. So this coherency should be in the same line of what is the title. Title is artificial intelligence for skin cancer. So you will start with different type of skin cancer. Some skin cancer are benign, some are malignant. So our proposed algorithm for the artificial intelligence will detect whether it is a benign or malignant. Fine. So it throughout the paper, it should be talking about the skin cancer only. It should not be any other things. That is called coherent writing style. Then reference to solid work. So, when you are writing about detection of skin cancer by using artificial intelligence technology, then you have to give some reference. Means already somebody has worked. Many people has worked artificial intelligence in the application of breast cancer. Now there is a thermal camera. With that thermal camera, they are taking the image, and with that image, this model, AI model, they have done already. So that is called a reference to the solid work. So you can write in your paper the, for the researcher, suppose Prita Sharan. So it depends on the style of that particular template of the journal. You can write that uh, Prita Sharan et al. Et.al means other in the paper has worked on the breast cancer detection using thermal camera, but we are working on the skin cancer using AI. Okay, so with that image, they have taken image from the thermal camera. We have taken also this image from the this camera. Actually, in repository, all the images are there. Okay, GitHubs are there, lot of websites are there. So you have to give the solid example, solid references, and that reference is not there, then people will not believe. You have to give all. I am not the first one who is trying to find out skin cancer by using the AI model. Some other researcher also done. This is called reference to the solid work. State significant new information. Be innovative. Fine. State significant new information. So already some people have done for breast cancer by using that image. So you are also using one other type of image. What is new in your work compared to the previous? So you can take same skin cancer work who has done previously, and you can show that my percentage of accuracy, people will solve the confusion matrix and they will find out the accuracy level. So you can say yes, uh, for the previous people have done, but my accuracy level is 98%, which is innovative. I have used this particular algorithm. So that you have to inform. If no innovation is there, no innovative ideas are there in your paper, it cannot be accepted. Relate the paper to the scope of the meeting or the journal, which is very, very important. Very important. For example, I told Journal of Nanophotonics. Name itself indicate Journal of Nanophotonics. Nanophotonics means definitely their electrical work will not be published. Only photonics work will published. Photonics research area people will only publish. And somebody is working on artificial intelligence. No, that will not go in nanophotonics. So, which journal you are selecting, it matters a lot. Fine. So you have to see that if you are working in ANSYS tool, suppose using the mechanical, then you have to search for the mechanical engineering based journal. Okay, if you are working for quantum dot, then quantum communication or quantum dot based journal will be applicable. So you have to search the scope of the journal, explain some sort of methodology. Definitely in your paper methodology you have to explain. Methodology means, suppose if I am working on optical sensor, so our methodology is refractive index find out. We have done lot of paper, we have published based on the sugar detection, okay, blood sugar detection, cancer cell detection, HIV positive or negative, okay, in water impurity, how much impurity level is there, it whether it will be usable for drinking water or not. So our methodology is refractive index method, so that we have to explain very correctly. Okay, what is the methodology for detection of this uh, sugar concentration in the blood, sugar concentration in the urine sample? So what is the methodology, that we have to explain very clear cut, otherwise paper will be rejected. Then present useful technical sound information, support your conclusion with solid evidence. Means you have to compare your result with the previous paper. Next, planning your paper. So you are planning for writing a paper. So what lesson have you learned? So some work you have done. Some BTech final year student, or in our college third semester only they started working towards the research paper. So third semester, what I am telling, that you learn the tool first. They will learn the tool. All the paper for that simulation tool you have to learn. There are a lot of simulation tool. So our EC student, I belongs to EC, are learning the ANSYS tool, because whenever we are applying the pressure or force, then which mechanical tool will only tell. Then they are learning the machine learning, because if somebody has to classify cancer and non-cancer, then who will classify? Machine learning tool. Okay, so through MATLAB. So what lesson you have learned by learning the ANSYS tool, that you have to plan first. What should the reader understand from your work? Suppose you have published paper. By reading your paper, other reader actually how what you want to say, whether they have understood or not. How does your work differ from the similar paper? This is very very important. You may think that okay, I got this result, so I should publish it. No, first you check it out in Google that similar kind of papers are there or not, or somebody already published that work, then you can't publish that. Okay, what useful information did you derive from the literature survey? This is very very important. Literature survey play major role, okay, in that what previous year researcher has done, so that further work you are trying to do. Next is writing a good abstract. What do you mean by abstract? Abstract means total paper will be 5 6 page. Okay, so the summary of the paper is called abstract. The an abstract is a concise summary of a paper. Okay, it should be around 350 word. Depends on the type of the journal. It will be written template. Okay, this much spacing, this much font size, this much words. So you have to follow that. I have written roughly 350 words. Then, what is the purpose of the abstract? Sometimes, if you will click any IEEE paper, you will not able to download the full paper. Only abstract they will show. So, what we used to do, we will read that abstract. Okay, in this paper also, they are talking about finding the impurity of drinking water, for example. Okay, maybe they have used other technology. I am using the photonic sensor based technology. So why not I will download this paper and I will see that how it is different from my thinking. So this will explain the purpose, okay, and include the significant new information, state your conclusion. So in abstract you have to say starting also, this is what we plan, and last conclusion of the abstract should be such that where some numerals should come. If you want that, it should accept I have very good number of publications and good citation. I have published many it's 180 papers which is indexed, all are indexed. Okay, and SCI index is the highest uh, uh, level of the paper. So I'm just telling the secret how your paper will not be published and it will be published in good journal. See, when you are doing the simulation, you will get a graph. So you have to write the exact value. This line should be written. I worked on this optical sensor and this is valid from 1300 nanometer to 1550 nanometer wavelength only. If beyond that, if you will go, this sensor will not work. So some value should be contributed from your side. Then this much percentage of sensitivity I received, which is higher compared to the previous paper sensitivity. For example, I am telling I am working on optical sensor, so I told that. So some percentage sensitivity you have to mention. Then you have to mention which wavelength light you are using. So these are the significant result. If you are working in artificial intelligence, then you have to say that accuracy level. So these are the values, numbers which you have to put in the abstract. Then only your paper is a good quality paper. So these are the starting of the writing of the paper. Other things I will maintain the time and I will go fast. But because you call me for how to write a technical paper, so it should give you, it should justify when I am giving a talk and I am having experience. So just I want to share my experience. So in detail I am talking about how to write a abstract. By seeing the abstract only, the reviewers, they will say okay, further this paper will proceed for the evaluation. Otherwise within 1 week they will tell that this paper is of very poorly written and no innovative result, and it will not of thank you very much for applying in my journal. You will get such type of mail, right? So what values you are getting at the end of the simulation, you have to put it there in the abstract itself. If you want, it should publish in very good journal. Okay. Now, okay, I was until now I was talking about how to write abstract, how to write paper, how to select the title. Fine. Now, what do you mean by I-10 indexing? Indexing is important. This indexing and all, actually for little higher level, if not for the student, more than above student, faculty should also know that what is I-10 index. So what happened now in selection of the faculty in NIT and IIT, they are asking what is your I-10 index. So what is this I-10 index, or getting the PDF postdoctorate in very higher institution, IASC, and abroad, they will check your I-10 index. So it means it is the newest in the line of journal metrics and was introduced by Google Scholar in 2011. I-10 index means number of publication with at least 10 citation. It means what? I will tell you. Suppose if I published one paper in 2013, okay, actually I published, okay, in Sensor and Actuators Journal, which is the actually IEEE transaction. That paper was on the sugar monitoring. My first PhD student paper she has published under my guidance, and that paper 36 time 30 throughout the world, 36 people have given that paper as a reference paper. It means it is the role model paper, or they are referring my paper. Why they are referring my paper? Why I got 30, and they are telling only 10 citations are required. I got in one paper only 36. 36 people have. Why? I will tell you. I will tell you. I will open the secret how to raise the citation. Citation is very important. I will tell you. See, I told like we are working on the sugar monitoring system. So person is suffering from the blood sugar, type 1 sugar, type 2 sugar, type 3 sugar. So what actually my scholar was telling, ma'am, we are searching refractive index value. So what we are doing, we are searching refractive index value of the blood, which will change if the person who is having sugar and who is not having the sugar. So what happened to search that? We have to do lot of hard work. We will see lot of uh, uh, Google Scholar. We will download the paper of diabetic. Then we will go shodhganga.com, where PhD theses are there in the reservoir. So she was telling that no, ma'am, we should not give the refractive index values for the sugar patient and normal person. I told you just give the values so that your paper will be referred by others, because already you have done hard work and you have find out. So now because of that, some people will hide it. They will not try to help to others. For example, you are having good camera and you have taken the image of some of the disease, which will be helpful if you will put it there freely in the githubs. You will give all the good, the high resolution image. Then people have to quote you. People have to give the courtesy that okay, such and such person has given the image from there, from where I have taken this image. Then only they can work on the model for artificial intelligence, right? So you have to want citation, then you have to give everything in your paper. So this is called I-10 index. It will show the productivity of the scholar. It's only used in the Google Scholar. Then H index. What do you mean by H index? H index is very, very important. So what is H index? H index 37, suppose it means that 37 times your paper, all total paper, I-10 for one paper, H index for overall. So how many times citation happen? So it will include by H index. And suppose if you have to publish paper in IEEE conference, you will just type IEEE conference. You will see that, oh, this conference is happening in Oxford College, this IEEE conference happening in Reva College, where I should send the paper. One conference IEEE in 10con also. Very important to understand, all of you. Please focus. You have very good work. You have written the paper. Now you are interested looking to send the paper. Three example I told. Oxford College, one IEEE conference going on, one IEEE conference going on in your college, maybe, and one IEEE conference going on in 10con, where we will send the paper. This is the very important question. All the papers, wherever you send, both three conference, it will come to IEEE Explorer. But what about the H index value? I will tell you how H index value is more or less. How to understand? See, TenCon is a conference which is from Asia Pacific, whole Asia, R10 region, IEEE R10 region. They are conducting. IndieCon is for Indian, TenCon is for the Asia. Sometimes this Asia based conference will happen in the last year, last to last year, it was happened in the Kerala in India. But same conference, I went to Macau, China, to present the paper in TenCon. So in 2015, it was in Macau, where after China, Macau, I went there. So the thing is, TenCon is a very high H index conference, whereas, and then after that, what happened? I went, I presented my work paper, and I came back. At the end, this paper, which I presented in TenCon conference, came in IEEE Explorer. In my college, Oxford College, also IEEE conference will happen. This will also come in the IEEE Explorer. Then what is the difference between these two? Difference is the H index. Yes, it matters. Understood? So you have to see that H index is high of that conference. Then you select that type of conference. Simply, your good work should not be wasted. Okay, then G index, this and all is very high level, no need. Then journal impact, german journal impact, you have to see this journal is maintaining SCI Mago. Okay, if Sci Mago we are telling, if this is maintained in that particular, you should select. Okay, otherwise don't select that journal. Selection of journal, selection of conference also play a major role. Now, for writing the paper, these are the key element. Ethical issue, you see that, very very dangerous. Ethical issue, it means now government of India higher education has maintained this, and they have given new guideline. If you will have plagiarism, it should be less than 20%. If plagiarism should not be very high. If high plagiarism paper, high plagiarized paper means somebody has written somewhere one paragraph, ditto you have taken and you have pasted. So this will come under ethical issue, which will be likely to be rejected. And many times they are going to ban you for 3 years. Good conference, SPI conference and all will ban you. Okay, along with you, your guide will also be banned, whose names are there, all they will be banned. So this is ethical issue. Next is the style and language, that will be template. You will download the paper, their template will be written, the style you have to follow. Then structure of the paper, okay, they will say this paper should be 6 pages. Some journal will say minimum 11 pages paper. Then composition of the paper, component, then they will say this section, a theory, then a description, then flow chart. So what are the component you should know? Article submission and journal selection, which I will show you. Ethical issue, so ethical issue means you understood, disclosure of conflict of interest. Then if you are like, for my example I will give again. So what happened, a lot of funding I am getting in my college, like Naval Research Board, DRDO, AICT I got now 20 lakh funding. So if I am and my student are working and publishing a paper which is funded by AICTE, so last paragraph we have to write, we are very thankful to AICTE, Government of India, for giving fund for this work. So acknowledgement is very very important. Image manipulation, suppose if you are taking anybody's block diagram, okay, you can't manipulate, so you have to, guidelines are there how you will take the permission, and then you can do. So these are the ethical. Style and language means which journal you are selecting. So it will depends, bibliography. So some of the bibliography, at the end, that is called reference. Suppose they will say that first write author title, okay, like Preeta Sharan Preeta. Somebody will say P you write. Some of the template they will say Preeta you write, comma, then next author, second author name you write, like this. And in some of the journal they will say you write title, comma, year, comma, volume, comma, name. Last you write the name. So depends on the style and the language you should write the paper. If it is not in the proper template they were likely to be rejected. Okay, then again, English language and style, this is very very important. So what happened, English is not our uh, mother tongue. So what happened, sometimes we will do the mistake. Okay, so it will come for the revision. Okay, so you have to do the grammar check, and and the English, and then you have to modify and you have to resubmit it. Okay, then the structure. What do you mean by structure of a paper? So scientific writing follow a rigid structure, a format developed over hundred of years. So for each journal, for each conference, like IEEE conference, double column. Okay, some of the Web of Science, it will be on the single. Okay, so all the structure of the paper will be given. So you have to follow that. Then component of a paper, see, these are the component which is very very important. Title should be very good, author affiliation, abstract, okay, which I told you. Keywords, suppose if you are working, if I am working on the optical sensor, so my keywords will be optical also photonic crystal or fiber Bragg grating, comma, FBG, comma, optical sensor, comma. If I am doing the diagnosis of the blood sugar level, then I will write bioanalytes, because in my paper I am talking about the bio sample. Okay, we need urine sample, we need you need blood sample. So bioanalytes, these are the keywords which you have to write in your paper. Then introduction, explain the problem, which is very important. So depends on what type of paper you are working towards, what type of work you are. So write about that. Like for example, I am working for diabetic mellitus, so I will talk about diabetic and how important it is to diagnose it in the early stages. Okay, so I will start from there. Okay, and then I will come to the problem that there are a lot of methods are there for detection of the sugar concentration in blood sample. But this is the new non-invasive technique. Suppose for example, in my work I am not taking the blood sample, and it is called pin pricking, is called invasive technique. If you are not taking any pin pricking, then you can take the sample as a urine sample. Urine sample is not the pin pricking. So this is called non-invasive technique. So by using the urine sample, how we are giving the accurate result of type 1 type 2 sugar diabetic patient. So those things we have to write. Okay, then method, which methodology I already told you. Then result will be in the graphical representation mostly. So we have to discuss that, and then we have to acknowledge. Okay, if your work is funded by KSCST project or any project, that acknowledgement you should give. Then if no one if you somebody helped you, suppose if you have taken my help, you can write, I'm very helpful to the Preethasran Oxford College of Engineering for giving the technical mm, help for this paper. Then references and appendix if required. Appendix, some journals are asking, some journals are not asking. So authors listing. Now, who will be the author? Any paper you are writing, then who are the author? If I am writing paper, I am the one author. Suppose my PhD student writing, so my PhD student name will be first author, I will be second author. But allow, I think no, in this work my PhD student mostly they are faculty actually. Nowadays faculty are doing more PhD work. But what happened, our BTech student are doing the mini project. Okay, third semester, fifth semester. Then simply why we will take their help? They are doing the ANSYS work. So mechanical students I involved in my work. Okay, for hand grip which I am working. So why can't we will tell, okay, see boy, you are helping me, I am going to write your name in a or as a author. So tomorrow when paper will publish in Google, then his name will also come. So you should do the justice to everyone, who and all, whoever is contributing intellectually, write their all name. Nothing will happen. 4 5 name we are writing for a single paper. And but the person who is not at all helping, no need to write their name. Okay, just for the sake of help, then they will be in problem actually. One time it happened, or some students, some other friends, they have written. Then when company people came for the interview, job interview, they ask, oh, you worked on this, okay, you are very good, it seems, in AI. Yeah, yeah, I have published paper, he told. He thought, okay, I will get the simply name. Then he told that, okay, I'm giving this situation, can you write the algorithm for this basic basic AI, how you will do that? But he was not able to do. So this is very false position. So you very carefully you need to decide who are the actual contributor for the paper. Those name only you should write. Okay, then title. Title of the paper already I told. Describe the paper's content clearly and precisely, including keywords. Is the advertisement of the article. So title should be very, very attractive. Detection of blood sugar using optical sensor. So very clear. You are detecting blood sugar level. In this paper, nothing you have done more than blood sugar. That's what. It is very clear. Hand grip measurement system. Okay, you are developing hand grip measurement system. Don't write indirect way of the title. Title should be accurate, okay, which you are planning. This abstract already I told, okay. So we have to write in 150 word to 350 words. The problem, method, result and conclusion. So it will be in one page write up. Many authors write the abstract last, because so that accurately reflect the content of the paper. It means first you finish the work, okay, and you see that what you have taken and what result you got. Okay, this is the result. After getting the result, you write the abstract, because abstract should contain the result. Okay, so what you got at, I was telling you, some numbers you should put there, some numerals which will tell the either efficiency or this range to any research work is not applicable for any places. It has got some limitation. Put that limitation. Put, bring to the notice of the uh, readers, right? Then introduction. Introduction, everyone know that you have to write the introduction very clearly. So you have to say that this problem is not new, problem being investigated, and this is the background that explain the problem and the reason for conducting the research. Yes, reason was there. Like for example, I told already, in everybody's house uh, uh, BP, nowadays blood pressure measurement machine, every one house is there. But when we will go to hospital, they will have different BP measurement instrument. So people keep doing invent research and invent they will invent new technique for the BP measurement. They will say, no, this instrument is not correct. No, doctor's instrument is correct. By counting the what is called beep na diagnostic. So by counting that, they will say this much is the BP, that is accurate. So now we are planning by using fiber Bragg grating, one more BP instrument. So we will claim that accuracy level of this BP is this much, plus minus error, and we are develop this, and accuracy level is this much. So people keep doing the inventment. Okay, so you have to write a reason for conducting the research. Always reason will be for improvisation of the work. Okay, and then summarize relevant research to provide the context, previous what and all work they have done and what you want. That will be the end paragraph of the introduction. Okay, what you want. Okay, then methodology, method. So provide the reader enough detail so that they can understand and replicate your research. Always try to write your paper in simple language. Many researcher I observe, they will write in very complex manner, so that they want to hide their work. If they want to hide their work, it will of no use for the readers. They will not understand anything. Very clear cut, write the basic principle of the equation, then block diagram, everything should be very clear. And the result is obvious, it is very important. So objectively present your findings and explain what was found. So you will get in the form of the spectral behavior. Means graph will say there are two type of graph. This peak is for non-cancerous and this peak is for cancerous. So very clear graph is coming. So if this match, unknown blood sample will come, we will match. Okay, it is matching with graph A or graph B. If it is maintained for graph A for the cancer, and graph B for non-cancer, then it will match with the database. Then we can say unknown blood sample. Yes, I'm very happy to say you're not suffering from the cancer. Suppose if anyone is our group working for the blood cancer, so I told for example. So this result very obvious. You have to present in very good manner so that it will very neatly you have to show the result so that your new results are contributing to the body of scientific knowledge and follow a logical sequence based on the tables and figure. So table will be there, so values will be there so that you have whatever graph you got you can put in the tabular form. And and why we are doing this result? Because we want to say that we are we have done the research on cancer detection. Suppose if at all you work for cancer detection using optical sensor, so we got this two graph, and in database we have maintained this two graph. If unknown blood sample will come, we will just check it out. So this thing should be very clear cut put. Okay, and figure should have a brief description. Then discussion. So after the graph, discussion or conclusion will come. So you can conclude, describe what your result mean in context of what was already known about the subject. Indicate how the result relate to the expectation and to the literature previously cited. So you can say that in previous paper, this person has also find out cancer cell detection, but his sensitivity of the sensor was this much, my sensitivity is this much. It means you are comparing. This is the conclusion, that your sensor is highly sensitive compared to the at present work which is available in the literature survey. Explain how the research has moved the body of scientific knowledge forward. Okay, so what additional thing improvisation you have done so that you got the higher sensitivity, so explain that also in your conclusion part. Do not extend your conclusion beyond what is directly supported by your result. Avoid undue speculation. It means you don't say that any for anything it is, no limitation will be there. Definitely you have to bring to the notice. That will also come under conclusion. Okay, and outline the next step for future work. You can say, I was having this much database, so I worked on this. Future, if anybody want, they should get the this kind of database. So future work, compare linking of your work, you should also mention that in the conclusion part. And then references, whenever you will write, it is very important. Whenever you draw upon previous published work, you must acknowledge the source. Any information not from your experiment and not common knowledge should be recognized by a citation. How references are presented varies. It means you see that the template of your paper. For example, I told in some references they want, suppose I have taken refractive index values. So from where I got? From one paper I got. That paper was published in 2010. So that paper title, comma, how that particular journal, what they are expecting. They are expecting title first, comma, journal year, then comma, which volume, comma, which page number, everything as per that you have to do. Avoid references that are difficult to find. If you are not getting, then avoid that one. You just avoid to write those references. Okay, avoid listing related references that were not important to the study. So simply references don't put which you have not refer. Whichever you refer only, you try to put there. Then these are the references style, Harvard reference style. This and all, if you will see that they will write Harvard reference style. You put in Google, they will talk about that. Lot of names are there. Then they will write some hi-fi journal. They will say like this, Harvard reference style. That's all. They will not written anything. You have to go and search. Then Vancouver reference style. Then again you have to search. You see that. Adam is the title. AB name, AB initial, year, article title, subtitle, journal title. Okay, then page number. So this way, this is the this style if you are writing, it means This is the Vancouver reference style. So these are some, just I'm showing you, because when you are writing the paper, you are referring the journal. If they will write like this, Harvard reference style, so you should know that in Harvard reference style is what. So just I'm bringing to the notice. Okay. Then summary, example of some of the journal want website. So website name, how you will give. So it will be written, they will say, they will tell you. Then write the Blackwell Publishing online references. So how to give the reference, if it is in link you are giving. Then article submission. Okay, you have written paper, you have done plaque check, and now finally you have to submit. So you select the journal very carefully, read the aim and scope. If you are working, like already I told, if I am working in photonics, I should select nanophotonics journal or sensor and actuator journal, where theme is written for nanophotonics for the. So it is very important to select journal carefully. Online submission nowadays, when I was doing PhD from IIT BHU and postdoctor from IIT Kharagpur, that jamana, no online submission was there. Then we were writing, then posting and envelope and cover. Then our professor will write covering letter, take seal, put then on this one. Now it's not like that. Everything online submission is there. So you have to follow the electronic submission process. 8 or 9 steps will be there. So each step they will say references you put, diagram you put. So you have to follow the certain norms, depend on the type of journal, and you can do the submission. Then these are the author's priority. Now selection of the journal, that I already told you. Elsevier, all SCI journal is very good. Science Citation Index journal, but work should be very depth, in depth work. If you have done, then it is very good journal. Okay, these are the selection of the journal. Then after submission, what will happen? Most journal editor will make initial decision on a paper to review or to reject. That I told you. If you have not followed the template, then it may be likely to be rejected, or else further it will go for the review. And most editor appoint 2 referees. Referees speed will be very very slow for journal. It will 7-8 month, they will say. After 7-8 months, you will come to know that your paper is rejected or your paper will be accepted. Okay. Then these are the overview which I told, the total overview you can see. Paper submitted, confirmation of receipt. Yes, you will get a acknowledgement mail. Yes, your paper is submitted. Then initial decision by the editor. Either it will reject in 1 week only. Yes, yes, rejected. Then you happy you will take that rejection, and then decide, no, no, it is something is there in this. Decide to review. Then they will assign reviewer. Then reviewer will accept the invite. Then reviewer completed. Reviewer will have 3 option: revise it, accept it, reject it. Okay. Further revision checked. Then notification to author. We all are author. So revise, we will get notification, or accept we will get. If accept, paper sent to publisher. Very happy, we will say, oh, my paper is accepted. Okay. Otherwise, no, some few questions are there. Always we are getting this type. Direct acceptance is very difficult. So we are getting this. Okay, you are thinking your work is good, but I have doubt. Query is there. Query 1, query 2, query 22, 23 query they are sending for a good journal. So we have to write. How can you say that this frequency is valid? In this paper you see some query will be there, which you have to solve it. So this is the overview of the peer reviewed process of the journal.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for sparing your time for today's webinar. It was indeed a very informative session. I'll request the participants, if they have any queries, please drop them in the chat box.
Ma'am, my name is Madhuri Ganesha and I'm studying CSE Computer Science.
Good.
Uh, so I got many of the opportunities to write papers on artificial intelligence and hacking and how they will hack the hacking in companies, software companies, and also I got confused like how to write a paper and all.
Okay, fine. So suppose if you are interested for writing a paper in artificial intelligence, in whichever domain you are telling, hacking or anything. So you first search, type in the Google, whether if you will type hacking for company related issue. If you will type many links, you will get. So you see that first what work they have done. Okay, first thing. Second thing, if you are writing a paper, it means that you should have some solid reason to write the paper. Whether you have done any simulation. If you are talking about AI, then I will ask whether you have done work on the model. You have there are so many model are there. Okay, FlexNet, MobileNet, many things, you know that in AI. So whether you have worked on the artificial intelligence technique, so whether you have done the coding. Okay, then you have to find out the accuracy level. Then you have the result. Now you are ready for writing the paper. If you simply want to write paper, okay, without any simulation also you can write. How I will tell you, that is called review paper. Review paper is nothing but you will read the paper from the history. If suppose hacking you want to write paper, so you see from the beginning hacking, how hackers started, and ethical hackers are there. So how ethical hackers are solving the issue. So from the beginning in 2000, suppose 10, you started seeing the paper. When once it started, 10, 12, 15, 20, 21, all the paper you make a summary of the paper. That is called literature review paper, literature survey paper. Survey paper is also very important, because in one paper only you are telling that this person has done this work, this person has done this work, this person has done this work. All the person work you are accumulating and writing in a single paper. Okay, that is called literature survey paper, where you don't need to exactly work and on the model or write the coding and get the graph. Not required. So you can do that. But if you are interested for artificial intelligence, our group is working. I will tell you, in my Oxford College, I have joined it with the Amity University, Noida, so we have a big group who is working on AI. So they are actual working. They are actually getting the image of skin cancer, and thousands of images are there. By seeing that image, they are finding which patches are actual cancerous, that is malignant, or which patches are benign. Means it is there, patches are there, but no, don't worry, it is not a cancer. This will be done by the model of AI. So in future you can contact me, I'll help you for that research work. Okay.
Next question is, what kind of topics that we can choose for telecommunication engineering domain?
Okay, fine. In telecommunication, if you are working in telecommunication, then you can work in the communication. So communication, many people are working in the communication range, like optical communication is there. Okay, so suppose if you are working in real time, again I will give the example of communication. So what happened? In my lab, I will give my example so that it will be easy for you. In my lab, actually what I gave the problem to the student. See, nowadays bottleneck problem is there through the optical fiber. So what we did, we have taken four system. Okay, four computer. In that four computer, through ethernet we have done the connection. Okay, you can do the connection. And in first computer, in bus topology, we have kept four, A B C D, four computers were there. In first computer and last computer, first computer we gave the name of source, and last computer we gave the name of destination. Okay, so now we are sending the audio, video and text image. So Wireshark we have installed in the first computer. Wireshark is a software which will convert your audio data, video data, text and image. These are called multimedia data. Convert into bit per second. So you know that how much bit per second you are sending the data. Now through the second and third computer, we configure in such a way it becomes a router 1 and router 2. And then through router 1 to the source to the destination we send, and we have find out how much data, voluminous data you send. Okay, and how much it is received. How packet analyzer we have. Wireshark is a software which is a packet analyzer, so which will tell that okay, you are sending 100 bit per second data, but you are receiving how much data? 60 bit per second. It means that your router 1 and router 2, you are blocking some data. That is called the bottleneck problem. So this type of research you can do, because now there is a scarcity of the internet, okay, and scarcity of the you know that everyone is using now net broadband is the scarcity. So you can find out how efficiently you will work on which topology, and you will work on which protocol, so that you can solve the bottleneck problem. So this is the topic of the communication. So you can take this type of work where you need to help to society also. Your research should help to the society, and how to go for the virtualization. Second, communication you can do, because actual server will cost a lot. So Apache server is there. So now test bed or virtualization, so you can work on that in communication. So a lot of work are there in basically network, OSI model and all. So you can work on network, so you can work on telecommunication, that area.
Thank you, ma'am. Next question we have is, when we write references, should we also mention the web links of websites that have information in general, like Wikipedia?
No, no. Wikipedia you can't write. For that, I have shown you in my talk. They will tell you which journal, first of all, you are sending. So it depends on that journal. They will say that this type of link only you have to say. Some name is the Vancouver and all, something I have told you. So that you see that what template they have sent, based on that template only you have to write. Simple Wikipedia is not enough to write. Then it is very generic. It should be very specific. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. And the next question we have is, um, on what topics I can write papers? I'm from ECE.
Okay, fine. Really, I'm very happy that being your student and you are interested to writing paper. Really, I'm so happy. Yeah, good. So actually, you can write in one area which is not touch, because I told you why not you start. See, quantum dot is very good. I will tell you one example. Very within 5 minutes I will tell you, and you all will understand. Suppose you all are. I think many people are from EC and CS. You know XOR gate. Okay, XOR gate. What is the equation? AB bar plus A bar B. Right. This AB bar plus A bar B is nothing but this is the logical boolean expression. The same thing you translate into quantum dot, just translation, and you can publish the paper. Because now people are going for the IC. What is IC? IC is nothing but this functionality should do. If you are using NAND gate IC, it should do and bar NAND gate. Okay, so if NAND operation is happening, XOR gate operation is happening. That is the only IC. So you can contribute towards an IC. So everyone is working how they are doing this VLSI IC. They will write the code in Verilog, then they will take the Verilog code output, then they will go to Mentor Graphic or Cadence tool, VLSI, and they will dump there, then they will do, and then they will convert to GDS2 in ASCII format, then it will go for fabrication in Taiwan. This is the big steps they are following for the CMOS based IC. So why can't you do for the quantum dot based IC, which is the incoming upcoming area? I will be happy to help you, because in here in Bangalore based college, I was a student internship coordinator. So many students are working under me. uh, they are from MSRAT college. So I will club you with them. So in evening time or whenever they are free, they will teach you. Just somebody has to teach you ABCD, like somebody will teach you Boolean expression. So you De Morgan's law, then you can solve any of the Boolean expression. I think it is in the same way. Quantum dot basic fundamental, they will teach you what is majority gate, what is then you can able to translate it, and you can publish the paper.
And we have two more questions now.
Yeah.
The next one is, when we are writing about the actual demo process, in figures, how many should we include and what type of figures?
Figures, when you are writing in actual demo, suppose uh, suppose you are using some Zigbee or microcontroller. These are the actual device. So circuitry part, you will write first circuitry part. After circuitry part, this complete picture of the embedded system, you can take the photo. Only the main basic product photo, circuit part you will take. Not required intermediate, separate. separate people are, I am seeing that people will write just okay, 8051 microcontroller. What is the need of writing that? Okay, now at mega and all are there anyway, at mega controller or anything, no need to write actually that figure. It will be embedded. You write in IO function what input output will do, that interrupt, that and all you can write. And main functionality you can write, what are the IO port are doing, not the simple at mega one, this one or MSP 430, not required. That is not required. One single controller not required. Along with that, whatever interfacing you have done, that complete interfacing you will write. That will helpful, so that others, you keep in your mind one thing, that whatever you are writing, other people have to read, and they should, it should benefit it to the society. Simply by writing the way you are happy, it will not work out. Other people should get benefit out of your paper. That always keep in your mind. I think, I hope I answer your question.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question we have is how to present our simulation results and also how to present it in a way that there won't be doubts of manipulation of results.
Yes, simulation result when it will come. So it will come. Suppose you have simulated some result. It will come in the tabular form. Okay. So x-axis and y-axis tabular form it will come. So what you will do? You will take this tabular form and put it in the graph. If you do not have in, you don't know how to plot a graph, no problem. In Excel only you put. You have x-axis and y-axis. In Excel you put and you will get some graph. So that is called graphical representation of your result and conclusion part. And graphical representation, you see that suppose in x-axis some value, y-axis some value. For example, in my case, x-axis wavelength value, y-axis power value. So I will say that, see, the peak is at this wavelength 1.5 micrometer, peak is there, whereas at 1.3 it is rise is there. So rise and fall of the peak, every details of the peak you can able to explain. So this is called the graphical representation of your answer. So this is the way you can represent your answer. Okay, so graphically, or this is called spectral behavior of your answer. So these type of things are very important. If you will show your answer graphically, people will understand. And somewhere you will get the peak less, somewhere you will get the peak high. So y axis, what it is, their power. So we should select this end of the peak where power is very high. You can put it into the result. So this is the good way of plotting the graph, is a good way of writing the result conclusion.